Thanks, Dr. JW. Appreciate you. I'm Kristen Christie. I'm a reserve spouse, a mom, a Christian. I'm grateful, civic leader, driven, survivor, MRT, anxious, and an advocate. 14 years ago last week, my husband, who was a Colonel Select, took his life. Our boys were 14 and 12 at the time. And in the 14 years since, they both attempted. And our oldest son, Ryan, who's 28, has been missing for 2,415 days today. It's over 6.5 years since I saw my oldest son, in part due to the suicide. Because of the choice that Don made, I have become an advocate as a suicide prevention warrior. And I think resilience is so vitally important for us. For me, postvention, but as a prevention tool. And it's really a skill that we learn. And those of us who have been through life's tests, pop quizzes, sometimes they feel like finals. We learn lessons that we can help tutor other people through. And so I have taken it on to try and be a tutor to people as they go through those tests in life. I joined FFIT, it's part of my why, because I want to gather information from our community, find out what those barriers are, break those barriers, and put action into traction and make a real change in our Department of the Air Force community to help our family members. Thank you.
Hi, I am Lashae Snyder. I'm happy to be here today. I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a Christian, I am a veteran, I am a college grad, I'm a giver, I'm an extrovert, I'm passionate, I'm cautious, and I'm a singer. I love to sing. I've been married almost 24 years to my husband, who is a Chief Master Sergeant in the Air Force. And for 6 of those years, we were meal to meal. I enjoy military life, but part of enjoying military life means that there are stressors that we deal with, moving, having a special need kid, etc. I was diagnosed with mild depression and anxiety myself a year ago. And that stemmed from just being an at-risk child in my childhood. I had 2 attempts as a child for trying to commit suicide just because of the trauma that I was experiencing. And so I'm here today because it took a village for me to see the hope in my future. I always say that you can't fix what you don't face. And I think in military life, we just, we suppress a lot instead of really facing the issues that we have. And so I'm in FFIT because I want to be a part of weakening the stigmas that are associated with mental health. And I believe that when we do seek out mental health care, that should be more a part of resiliency, showing our resiliency, than it is a part of being a stigma that is with that negative connotation. So that's why I'm here today.
Okay, on to me. I am Fram. I am the spouse of a Space Force Guardian. I am a forensic scientist turned stay-at-home mother. I'm the mother to an autistic child. I'm part of the LGBTQIA+ community. I am a crafter. I'm one cat short of crazy. I speak and write about being the spouse of a transgender service member. I have severe anxiety and treatment-resistant depression. I am bipolar type 2. I also have a history of being a cutter. I am the glue that holds my family together. And I am here. I am part of FFIT because I've had to fight the military to receive mental health care the entire 19 years I have been a part of it. I have been told by military healthcare providers that if I speak about my spouse, it will go directly to their command. I have been told that we can PCS to a remote location by EFMP and that I will have care for myself and my autistic child, and then spent 3 years with no care other than a PCM. I am here because I have to fight every PCS to find mental health care for myself and my children. I am here because I have to fight TRICARE to find providers that have the correct specialties for myself and my children. And I'm here because I have to fight the 6-month to year-long wait lists to find those specialty providers out in the community because so many do not accept TRICARE. I am here because I am exhausted and I need this community to help me with this fight. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am Kath Barber. I am an Air Force spouse, a mother of 2 wonderful little girls. I am a creative. I am a perpetual volunteer. I love to work for free. I am a mental health care advocate, and I am a person with obsessive compulsive disorder. I'm being very vulnerable and sharing this story with all of you because I truly believe that when you share your own story, it empowers others to acknowledge their own. And my story may be uniquely mine, but it's one that led me to a very similar situation that I know many Air Force spouses have experienced. I've had OCD all my life, since as long as I can remember. And after I married my husband, who at the time was just a little Air Force captain, freshly back from a 7-month deployment, I witnessed the genuine impact of the stigma of someone with mental health care issues could have on their spouse's military career. So I felt the need to stay silent about my own. It wasn't until my husband was in a leadership position many, many years later that I finally felt I could seek counseling. I had no idea how much of a struggle it would be to find a therapist who would take TRICARE and have availability for TRICARE patients. So after I finally found an opening, I had to drive 2 hours for a 50-minute appointment once a week. For 1.5 years, we met with weekly sessions, and the anxiety caused by my OCD improved tremendously. And then we got orders to PCS to Air War College, like many of us do. And I had no idea at the time that leaving the state also meant that I had to leave my trusted therapist due to interstate healthcare laws that don't protect military families. So we moved, and I again struggled to find healthcare at our new base. Due to limited access to care and the burden of having to tell my story to a new therapist, and knowing that we were PCSing 11 months later, I couldn't find a suitable option for my mental health care. So fast forward, now we're in the National Capital Region, and one might think we're rife with these mental health care providers. But again, after moving here to this densely populated area, it took me 6 months to find a provider who would take a TRICARE patient. So for nearly 1.5 years, I went back to struggling, undoing so much of the progress I had made during my time with a consistent care provider, 2 bases prior. And we all know Air Force families move on average less than every 3 years. So what do I hope to see out of FFIT? Why am I here? I hope to raise awareness of these barriers to access and continuity of mental health care for Air Force dependents. We should be able to see a provider with whom we've established care and trust, no matter the state that the military moves us to.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. So my name is Schuler. Everyone just refers to me as Shu. I'm a medically retired Air Force port dog, so aerial porter 2T2. I'm a GS civilian. I'm a dependent. My wife is Captain Elizabeth Schuler. She is the Director of Operations here at the Logistics Readiness Squadron on Mountain Home. I am a son. I am a suicide attempt survivor. I am a individual who has been diagnosed with severe PTSD, bipolar 1, anxiety, and what most people think of as bipolar, which is actually a cyclothymic disorder. Look that up. That one's real fun. I have been fortunate enough to have the support and have the care that I need. But I am a bit of a unicorn. I'm a male officer spouse. So you can imagine how difficult that could be for me. I'm kind of alone a lot of the time. But I'm a part of FIT because while active duty, I needed the mental health support. Fortunate enough to receive it. In my active duty career, I got hit with an IED. I got hit with a rocket blast. I have 2 Purple Hearts, a Bronze Star, and combat action badge, actually from the Army, which is kind of strange for an Air Force guy to get. But with all that being said, that really affected me mentally. So as now being back into the military environment as a GS civilian and a dependent, I view the military as a very large, very complex machine. And I've seen what happens when a piece of that machine breaks down. I was a part of that machine. I was a part that was broken. More than that, as a family member, I truly believe that the family is an integral piece of the machine, and family members are components to the pieces. When a component doesn't get the support or maintenance that it needs, it breaks. Therefore, the piece breaks. So the snowball effect of a lack of support or maintenance, if you will, tends to lead to catastrophic failure. When the piece breaks, the machine breaks. And my hope is that the FIT can be the antivirus or the equipment protection plan that they bother you about at the checkout aisles for the DAF or for Space Force, so Air Force Space Force. FIT through total force efforts that make up active duty, spouses, family, Guard, Reserve, everyone involved can make those changes. Those changes I've been waiting to see for the last 20 plus years. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Major Jessica Sear. I'm a United States Airman and I'm located at Cannon Air Force Base. I'm a single parent of 3 very young children, 5, 5, and 4. So I have twin boys, all who have difficulties related to abuse by my ex-spouse. I have sole custody, but I have no support in the area, family. I've created my own network here, which has been great. I'm also a licensed clinical social worker, and I've had patients who have had similar struggles being a single parent as well. Despite being a mental health provider, it doesn't mean that I still don't struggle making it all work. The past 2 years, especially with COVID, have been extremely difficult on me and my family. I fail often, a lot, and I'm tired as a single parent and an airman. I'm actually at the point where I need to make a decision this week about separating from service, with the main reason being my struggle with being a single parent and an airman. I hope being part of FIT is that for future airmen in my position to not feel as if they can't have a successful career because of their single parent status. Thank you.
Thank you, friends, for being here today. Friends, you've just heard 6 stories